Hello dear teachers and students, I'm Haylin Kim, a rising sophomore at Cornerstone Collegiate Academy of Seoul. During this recent week, I had participated in the 17th training program on the UN with Hope to the Future. We had 21 lectures about the UN and it included a briefing about the SDG Goal 13 climate action. I thought this can be linked with the goal that we learned, which is number 3, good health and well-being, as the climate is not in change but in an emergency. The Paris Agreement, the first climate agreement made by the International Society, has adopted in December 2015 and implemented in November 2016. They made a promise to keep the increasing rate of the planet temperature below 2 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees and no more than 1.5 degrees. To achieve their agenda, the countries suggested the specific goals to reduce the greenhouse gas that can be implemented in their countries. They also established the basic climate change response plan in 5-year unit. Korea promised that we will reduce 24.4% of the amount of the greenhouse gas until 2030 comparing to 2017. Last year, which was the year 2020, was one of the 3 warmest years in record. Year 2011 to 2020, which was the recent decades, was the warmest decade on record, and the warmest 6 years were all since 2015. This shows that the rapid increase of the planet temperature is not just an abstractive notion that we cannot feel, but a fact that we are actually thrown in. Also, this graph shows that the CO2 emission of South Korea is in the 2nd place in the world after the United States. And this graph clearly shows the global temperature soaring and increasing year by year. As the average temperature of the Earth rises sharply and rapidly, more severe ultrafine dust can occur as well as sustained heat waves. On the other side of the globe, wildfires and heavy rains has caused the economy to stagnate and destroyed many facilities. Heat waves, heavy rain, heavy snow, typhoons, and droughts can occur, and warming in the Antarctic region is more than twice as fast in other regions. If the glaciers are gradually disappearing, glaciers will be gradually disappearing if this situation continues until the future, and the temperature of the North Pole and the Northern Hemisphere could be the same. To give some examples, Deep Valley in California, US, temperature soared to 54.4 temperature Celsius during the last summer. Also, during the 2019 summer, the world went through a severe heat going over 40 degrees Celsius and the day temperature of Paris, France recorded 42.6 degrees Celsius. A serious flood also occurred in East Africa, South Asia, China, Vietnam, and more, which also led to enormous human and material damage. Especially, China had heavy rain every day during the monsoon season. 100 people died or missing and had 700 trillion won for economic loss. South Korea went through 54 days of heavy rain during last summer, and landslides and flood. About 50 people died, and the economic loss in the size of 37.1 billion won also happened. Scientists say that we can predict the future temperature based on the past. If the people's action does not change, in 2030 it'll happen such as the Pliocene epoch, and in 2150 you will have no glaciers at all. Also, if we have the same mindsets in the future as now we have, we can predict more death and disease by high heat, extremely cold climate, more air pollution, allergies, another pandemic such as COVID-19 that we are going through right now, polluted water all over the world, insufficient shelter that people cannot live in proper homes, having morbidity and morbidity morbidity and mortality, and everybody going to malnutrition. So what we have to do to keep our health safe and keep us from the rapid growth of the global temperature, we should also use eco-friendly products, go through conservation of energy and resource, recycle waste in proper places, plant trees, keep the indoor temperature not that high during the winter season and not that low during the summer seasons. Use your own cups such as mug or your tumblers. Ride a public transportation such as metro or bus, and unplug the plugs that you're not using. Thank you.
Well, thank